Hi guys, coming to you from the Code Monster. So today we're going to be looking at variables. You're going to be using variables quite often, as well as if statements, which we'll get into much later. But for today, in last tutorial we talked about echo, which just echoes the text. Now we're going to get into variables. So let's get rid of this. Alright, so to start off a variable, you're going to put a $sign. Oh, sorry about that, guys. You're going to put a $sign. And then you give your variable a name, any name you want. For this, we're just going to say text. And then we're going to say this variable equals. Now, there's a lot of things that could go after this, but for right now, we're just going to give it some text. So, every time we call this variable, we want the text to say hello. So now, if I wanted to echo hello, instead of coming down here and echoing hello like this, which we already know will give us hello. Oh, what did we already mess up? Oh, don't forget your semicolons. We know to give us hello. But instead, we're going to call the variable. So we're going to put a $sign, we're going to put text. So now this is going to call hello again. You'll see right there. And this can be anything. This could say Bill. But you can see here we're not echoing Bill, we're echoing whatever the variable is. So let's try a different type of variable. Now, variables can be used to to call forms. So later on in probably the next maybe 1 or 2 tutorials we'll get into forms. They can be used for many different things. So let's go ahead and just make a text again. I'll show you guys how this can be useful. So say our variable is Bill, and we wanted to echo hello. Oh, I want to echo hello, and then we're going to put a space in there. Now, in the echo, if you want to put something else besides text, you're going to put a period, and you're going to put, we want it to echo the text, put another period so I can put more text after this, and then we're going to put a period here to end our sentence. It's going to say, hello Bill, it's going to say, how are you? So I'll show you guys what this gives us. Keep in mind, the word Bill is nowhere in our text. And you can see we get, hello Bill, how are you? So that's kind of how a variable works. Now, later on we're going to show you some different ways variables can be used and how they come in very much hand and help you out a lot. Something I didn't cover in the last tutorial, which I want to cover now, is HTML and PHP very much go hand in hand. So I can write HTML inside of this PHP, and you'll see index.php. This is a PHP page, but I can still use HTML inside of here. You see there. So just keep in mind that if you wanted to make all your pages PHP, that's fine, because HTML will work just as good inside. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys how you can call a variable from a text box. So down here, we're going to make another HTML. This HTML is going to say input, and if you're not familiar with HTML, you should really go check that out, because you're not going to be very useful to PHP if you don't know HTML and CSS. CSS not so much, but HTML very much need to know. So we're going to insert a text box. We're just going to give it the name text again. Alright, so as you already know, this just gives us a basic text box which we can type in. So up here we're going to call that variable by putting $. I'm going to say name. Doesn't matter what you put there, remember. And then to call this, we need to put actually let's call this as a form. I will take this into the next tutorial and show you guys how to actually put this into a form and call the form variables.